Welcome back, guys, to another episode of WWX. That is Wrestling with Xotics. Think I Need to Feed You Water.
And it's your boy, the franchise kid, man. Franchise Jerry.
And we're going to be talking about this past week's Dynamite that took place March 15, 2023. Dynamite would kick off with MJF's Rebar Mitzvah, which I thought was a splendid way to start off the show. It really just captivated the audience because MJF, every time he's on camera, that's what he's going to do, whether it's the live fans, the fans at home, or just the marks on Twitter. He's going to get a response or reaction. So obviously this segment was used to propel the other talent because they need that same amount of screen time. Honestly, I'm going to get more into it, but I'm going to let you kick it off first.
For sure, man. Yeah, this party was 2 weeks after Revolution, but it was still clear as day that MJF's injuries was visible. My man's looked like complete dog shit. Let me just speak on that match that he had with Danielson at Revolution real briefly. Brian disappointed the hell out of me. He went so far and put himself through so much just to give up at the end. It's one thing to lose, but let's not blame it on your kids. If you really cared about them, you wouldn't have tapped out. He just took food off of his table for his children. I'm sure he got paid, but he ain't getting paid as much as MJF is. That's for sure. But let me get on into this bar mitzvah. MJF's party was interrupted by Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara. They all wanted a title shot, but I feel like who would be the best competition for MJF right now would be Sammy Guevara. Sammy's clearly more skilled out of the three, and he has the most potential. Out of those three, who would you want to see MJF face next?
Honestly, bro, it'd have to be between Jungle Boy and Sammy. I'll play Jungle Boy just to have my own pick because you already said Sammy. I like the way that him and Jungle Boy have a lot of good ring chemistry as well as Sammy, but I feel like him and Jungle Boy have a little bit more because I feel like they were set out when AEW was first started to be on the damn near same path. But MJF has really surpassed them. You know what I'm saying? And that also
And at the same time, Jungle Boy, he's just not as entertaining as MJF. Like, I get bored every time I hear his music. Like, who the fuck is about to come out right now to this weak ass shit?
Exactly.
Like
it's fun to interact. I've been to live shows, so it's fun to just do the crowds everywhere. But it's once that ends, how are you gonna be taken serious as a wrestler?
Yeah.
Like, no one's really gonna look.
That's my problem with a lot of these wrestlers today. You want to be taken so seriously, but you do lame shit that diminishes that. Like with that lame ass intro music or that lame ass hair. I'm like, come on, bro.
Like, pay attention to your character.
Because the wrestling there, we agree that the wrestling is there.
He's such a good chain wrestler. He's a good technician too. And I just see how he flows in the ring. And I'm like, you are one gimmick away from actually being a full-on sports entertainer, like a real. We could put titles on him. He can speak when he needs to. He can have that aggression. But it's like your gimmick and your tire is setting you back. But bring me to my next point. I actually love that they all came out here because if anyone doesn't know, these are all the four pillars of the AEW brand because they're all young and homegrown. So that is Sammy Guevara, that's Darby Allin, that is Jungle Boy, and that is the current AEW World Champion, MJF. I love that they all got a chance to come through and speak because to me, more than anything, what they did by being in the ring with Max was highlight why he is better than every single one of them. Not only did they even point out that they started, when this company started, they're all there equally. Max is way above them. Max is on the card. Max has wrestled them on cards. Max is in the main event now. And I just look at it like, y'all are complaining, but really should be looking at him like he's setting out the blueprint. If I want to succeed, if I want to do such and such, I got to move like him. Max is about to be in a classic film, in a classic pro wrestling film that it comes out, I believe, next year. And it has the likes of Zac Efron, and I believe the younger brother who played on Shameless, who I think his name was Liv, but it's besides the point. He's a well-established actor, and I said a franchise that everybody knows. Max is in every pot to piss in, but AEW can't get another star like him, and you guys aren't helping yourselves by trying to compare yourselves to him. If you were smart, you get away from him, but wrestle, you know what I mean? I can't see them realistically go against him no matter which one it is. And this current facet of their career is trying to beat him realistically for that title, bro.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But if you want to give MJF some type of credibility, I would go with Sammy Guevara because Sammy is actually willing to do what the other two aren't. He has a girlfriend that will help him cheat, just like MJF is down to cheat. He will do the little bogus shit and the dirty pins or whatever he has to do to beat MJF as MJF would anyone else. So that's why I picked Sammy. I feel like it would just overall be a good battle.
Yeah, 100%. I was gonna one quick question though. Overall, now, do you see why I say he's better than them? Not saying that they can't grow to be better than him, but at this current facet, him as a professional wrestler, MJF is bounds and leaps ahead of them because even if it's someone better than him at wrestling, he's better than him on the microphone, and that person that's probably can rival him on the microphone can't touch him in the ring. Because you've seen he's been through all these different types of wrestling. All three of those wrestlers wrestle different. He's had good matches with all of them. Not only that, he has I have a list here of notable victories he has over some actual credible people. He's beat Cody Rhodes, who's going for the WWE Championship right now. He's beat Chris Jericho. He's beat Sammy. He's beat Ricky Starks, and he's beat CM Punk. So I really and truly, as a wrestling fan, it wasn't just me seeing him be funny and sing outlandish shit. He's actually backing this shit up. And
some of those he did cheat to win.
He did cheat to win, but the record book is going to show a W. And those people in the ring with him, they can't even say they beat half of those people. Darby can say he beat CM Punk. I don't know if he can say he beat Chris Jericho. It's like a hodgepodge, but he's beating all of them.
To answer your question, bro, I see what you're talking about for MJF, but I'm gonna have to go with Sammy Guevara being the overall better wrestler. Sammy's just more athletic, and there's a higher ceiling to what he can do in the ring. You know what I mean? Versus MJF. He has his good moments and he has his bag of tricks, but you can tell Sammy has a deeper bag. Just straight up eye test. Sammy's a better wrestler. Better talker on the microphone, I'll probably give it to MJF. But he usually has to use a lot of profanity or diss a lot of people just to make his promo even be cared about. Sammy, on the other hand, he be saying some corny shit, but at the same time, Sammy is a dickhead. Sammy, at the end of the day, Sammy is a dickhead and he can match MJF when it comes to cheating, when it comes to being a dickhead, or when it comes to ring talents. You know what I mean? So that's why I got to choose Sammy over that. But I am starting to see what you mean for MJF. He can definitely wrestle. That is one thing I will say about MJF for sure. He can wrestle now, for sure. And he can talk on the mic. Yes. But who's the better wrestler? Just flat out.
He's gonna keep proving it. That's why I see like you being on this show and being a good wrestling mind to talk about this with. I know it's not. I'm not groveling and asking you this. I'm not. It's not me trying to sway you. It's just gonna be your ultimate own opinion. So it's good. Like I'm an MJ fan. You don't have to be one, but you respect his credibility. Like
I respect wrestling in general, which is why I can talk about Austin Theory and not bring up feelings that I have towards him. Flat out, Austin Theory can fucking wrestle. The nigga beat Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley at their apex. Okay? You can wrestle, bro. Your things that you do outside of the ring, highly questionable. But at the end of the day, if we're talking about wrestling, who can wrestle, I'm going to talk about the wrestler.
Yeah, and for example,
no hater shit. Yeah. Even though that you might have done some shit to piss me off. For example, like The Miz beating John Cena. The Miz has done several things to piss me off. But him holding that Intercontinental Championship was one of my favorite reigns ever. He was cutting great promos and he was putting on great matches. And at that point, he was doing it without cheating mostly because he was tired of people saying that he only wins by cheating. So yeah, The Miz really showed me something. Like I said, I hate him. But I can say that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, bro.
Up next, we got Jade going 54-0 against more obviously weak-ass competition. This shit is stressing me out, bro. All this weak competition is starting to diminish her streak. Yeah, you 54-0, but you haven't really fought anyone credible. I mean, you fought about 4 people out of the 50 that are credible, but it's starting to get annoying to see. I want to see her go against someone like Britt Baker or Toni Storm. I feel like they're not really on shit right now, so this would be a great time for them to go and compete for that title, especially if Jade is doing open challenges. You know what I'm saying? AEW doesn't have to force themselves into making storylines or nothing. It's just an open challenge. You know what I'm saying? And have Jade step on them, and then we can actually be like, damn, this streak is like something serious. But as of right now, I can't even really give her that because every time I see her on screen, she's wrestling a scrub. Who is some credible competition that you would like to see Jade go against to make this streak more credible?
I love to see her dominate Tony Storm because Tony Storm has that annoying. I want to be given a fuck about personality, but I don't give you a reason to really give a fuck. I'm just there, and I'm in the place for you to give a fuck, but I can't make you because my personality is not that needle mover. So someone like her is definite. I think the whole little outcast, because that's the new name of this faction that includes Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, and Saraya. I'm not a fan of that fucking name. That is the weirdest shit ever. That feels
Yeah, I
like
hate that shit. I
y'all are
wish she
grown
could have
ass
stuck
women.
with Paige.
Y'all almost 30 years old. Why are y'all calling yourself the outcast? What the fuck? Who can outcast 30-year-olds, bro? You could. I
Hell
don't feel like
yeah.
you can outcast me. But anyway, I feel like Jade could step on all the bitches except for Saraya, just because she's a legible former world champion. You don't want to discredit her,
But
but
that's why I was saying this is the time to make them compete against Jade because Sharia just came back off a fucking neck injury. So we're not believing her coming back and winning a title off the rip. You might as well go ahead and throw her into the fire and let Jade cook her ass up real quick. You know what I'm
yeah, and I feel
saying?
like it'd be more investment in you guys as AEW because
Yeah.
Jade is the
Especially since you're
homegrown.
over exactly y'all over here trying to build this homegrown talent so crazy. Shit, throw Ruby Soho nasty ass up in there. Like, why not? Like,
I don't
y'all
know,
having Jade go against these bitches that work at Subway and
and
McDonald's and
Dairy
shit.
Queen.
Like, are you
I
kidding
just
me?
think, and I also think that they need to really, really hone in on the fact that yes, Jade is your mid card division, but that's also your fault that you haven't built other stars in that mid card division. You guys have made this belt, and you guys awarded this belt, and she's exceeded your expectations. So you're scared to take this belt off of her, bro. But it's like it doesn't work like that. You
Mm.
have to because every great superstar comes with a great adversity, or them losing the belt, or they're finally their first great loss. Now you guys have built her up as to be this unbelievable, undefeated woman. So when she does take that loss, it's gonna be a type of like we're gonna have to overlook it and keep watching over and over and really dissect. Was it deserve it? And it needs to be someone of credibility.
Hell yeah. And even if she were to lose it, bro, I would like to see Shariah take it from her because
Yes.
then it would be believable. But that would have to be down the line type shit. It can't be too soon. And then Jade can start wrestling for the women's championship at that point. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes, bro.
That would be a
Absolutely.
great transition because then Shariah can hold that belt down and
Yeah.
really build that belt up even more. Because then you had Jade and now you got
That's what I'm
Shariah.
saying. Okay, and I bring you to the AEW Women's Championship. Just a quick little thing. I fuck with Jamie Hayter's championship reign. I think it's really good, but I can't really wait to see when she moves away from Britt Baker because it's gonna kill all the whispering noise. Although she needs Britt Baker to stay relevant, or Britt Baker is the reason why people keep it up. Because Jamie she could go in the ring. That's why she's the champ. But once Britt turns on her, or however they play the shit out, bro, then we're gonna see the real Jamie Hayter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's something to look forward to. The next match on Dynamite had some championship stipulations. It was Orange Cassidy taking on Jeff Jarrett for the newly crowned AEW International Championship. Now, honestly, bro, I kind of was scared because I felt like they're gonna hold Orange Cassidy.
Can I just say real quick? I don't like that they didn't just make another belt.
Like they did, but I just didn't change it, put international on it. I was low key
Yeah,
like, you
the
guys.
All Atlantic is something that should have just been retired and just let Orange, retire it off type shit. If you're gonna have them compete for a different championship,
Yeah,
like or something like that. I just wanted to see them making an entirely different belt. You know what I mean?
because I could get that because when you see it, you associate it with the prior history.
Exactly. That's like changing the United States fucking championship into the North American championship. And we want two separate belts, but it's still the same belt.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't see that
We'd be
happening.
like, come on now.
I don't see that happening. Overall, this match for me was like a 3 out of 5. Not because anybody didn't play their role in this match, just like what was to be really expected to come from this. I don't see it's gonna build anybody. Orange Cassidy's already on a good ass streak with this championship. He's had one of the most phenomenal reigns with it. If anything, I could say is I like his reign better with it than Pac, only because he's on TV more for one. For two, he's entertaining as fuck, and he doesn't even have to. And you know what? That's crazy to say because he doesn't do too much. He barely does anything, but it's just the wrestling is there, provided with the lack of character development that I'm dying to see, which is the whole premise of his gimmick. So he has figured it out, and that's why I think whoever does take this championship from him needs to be a credible person.
Yeah, bro, because like I keep saying, every time we talk about Orange Cassidy, he is one of a kind. There's nobody else out there like him doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way down to the fucking Superman punch. It looks way better than Roman Reigns' Superman punch. It looks more lethal. Especially with that skinny ass white boy arm, he looked like he's really sticking these niggas. Roman, he looked like he's just trying to pose for that t-shirt.
Like jump man.
Orange, right. Orange Cassidy, he ain't for none, bro. And he show you that every fucking match.
Yeah, like if someone's not taking him as serious enough and they're trying to play into his like, oh, put my hands in the pocket shit, he beat the fuck out of them every time. He's like, why do you think you could do that?
Right. You thought you was gonna do me better than me? Psych, and then he kicks their ass out the frame.
And then you just see him taking that championship out the backpack. First of all, that's another thing too. He's innovative. I've never, ever. I feel like we can even look this up. If there is somebody that has any type of bag attire, they've never put no championship in a bag. Down to how he carries the championship is unique, and it falls into his gimmick.
He pulls that bitch out when he gets in the ring. That shit is cold, low key, bro.
He's just like, oh, you guys looking for the champ?
Right,
the champ right here. but you know, that's just cool. Like I've never seen that done, and that's how I show you how wrestling is so vast. And like when you have a character like this, AEW just gotta really nurture this shit. Because I'm gonna be honest, when I first seen Orange Cassidy, I didn't know what to think, and I was low key kind of scared because I was like, they got this guy doing this shit. Then I see the character development little by little, and I'm like, oh shit, he's really lethal. That's why he chill like that. Guys, he can't really be that all the time. It would be too much.
If I'm being honest, bro, I didn't expect it to be this long of a reign.
I didn't, but you know what? That shows me they respect him.
Yeah,
and like they see the internet wrestling community really respects Orange Cassidy, and they're like, we can't do him any type of way. That will derail us.
That is my motherfucking dog, bro.
The OC, you know, he can get called the OC. Fuck the club.
The first ever AEW wrestling match I've ever seen was featuring Orange Cassidy. I can't remember who he was going against, but all I can remember was Orange Cassidy putting his hands in his pockets, and I'm like,
that's cold.
Nigga, I was hooked off the rip. I was like, I had to double take out the TV. This nigga got his hands in his pockets. Oh, this nigga's doing moves with his hands in his pockets.
Suicide dive.
Oh, this show lit. Okay, y'all doing something a little different over here. Okay, like that's what got me. Okay, I'll watch AEW. All right, let's see what's cracking. Y'all got you got some washed ass niggas from WWE over here too. Okay, all right, let's see what's going on. If I can vibe with TNA, I can vibe with y'all.
Yeah, that's an open mind. You know, when I was a youngster looking for some premium wrestling content, I saw Spike and I saw an hour-long wrestling program that was intense, got a 6-sider. I'm like, I know some of y'all niggas. Right. But
Kurt Angle is the one that got me watching TNA.
Definitely, because I
was like, yo, Kurt's over there now?
I just started watching TNA right before he got there, and it was so funny. And I stayed until like the show was about to end. And that's when they aired his vignette, and he was sitting there with a fucking gray sweater. He's like, oh, it's true. Hell yeah. I was like, this is crazy.
He was going that promo.
I was like, Kurt about to come fuck these niggas up.
Hell yeah, and that's exactly what he did. Bro, he ran through that entire locker room before he retired from the company. He literally went undefeated. I watched this man drop everyone on their fucking neck, and that's when I got a new profound respect for Mr. Angle. But when he lost to Baron Corbin, it just went all the way.
It's cat. It's still there because he's admitted it. He gonna never lose respect to Kurt. Because you know what? Baron Corbin, no matter what he do, he can never compete with Kurt. This nigga want to go middle with a broken fucking neck. The nigga over here went to 2 fucking companies and 2 fucking Hall of Fames. Nigga, 2-time Hall of Fame and 2 different promotions. And he lost to Baron Corbin, yes. But that's okay, because he's going to come back. Kurt going to have one more match. He's not going to go like that. Either that, let me tell y'all right now. Either Kurt's going to come back, and he's going to have one more match, and he's going to outshine that shit, or Baron Corbin's going to turn this shit around, and he's going to be something. But the universe stands right now, they won't die with both of them going out like that. I'm telling you that. It won't happen like that.
Let me bring it back to the match, though. Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett had a great match, I swear. Double J, he still got it, but it wasn't enough for the Orange Man. Cassidy is having a phenomenal reign, as we've been talking about, bro. He's been defeating big names, bro, and he's really been putting that title on the map. That's why I wish they would have just let him retire that belt and make a new belt. With this win over Double J, I think he really stamped how great of a run this is for him. You know what I mean? Who would you want to see take that belt away from him?
Off the rip, you gotta say Hangman. But I would also like to mention Kenny Omega, because he does compete internationally. So imagine him being on a New Japan show defending an AEW belt while he's defending their United States Championship. Goat shit. Then, you know what I'm saying? I'd also love to see Ricky Starks do that, because he had an FTW championship, and you know Hook's that right now.
And he's been getting some good wins in too.
Yeah, so it's like
he kind of deserves some type of opportunity of that magnitude.
Yeah, and I could see,
even though he did lose to MJF recently, but we already knew that was going to happen.
Because you're not
like, come on,
you're not doing that. Like, you 33 with that hairline, boy. So you be international. The Europeans fuck with that cut. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I'd like to see him go for it. Wardlow, you need to leave the TNT title alone.
That is not true. That is not true.
He need to leave that shit alone. He need to just he gonna lose to OC, but it would be cooler to go in a different division so that you can show niggas you got range besides the TNT title, bro. Because look, I'm just gonna put it to you like this.
Every time you say Warlow, I just picture him with bitches with fake body parts. Like he look like bitches with big silicone titties and a big fake ass, like, and skinny ass body. Like one of them bitches. You know what I mean?
He looks like a sick fuck regardless.
He just looked like one of them dirty niggas.
That's why MJF stole your momentum, because he knew you wasn't shit, and he's like, nah, you can't. They're not giving me my contract money, and you over here think you gonna run off. I'm gonna put you over, and then you gonna, I don't know. I'm
Warlow gonna see this, bro, and he gonna say something, and I hope he do. Warlow, I hope you punch me in my shit so I can get that check. You's a bitch, nigga. Now what? See me when you see me, nigga. I'm trying to get paid.
That's evil. That's a nigga that never wants you to hurt him. See me when you see me. But anyway, yeah, Warlow, you just need to give it up. You do lame shit, you know.
No cap.
But
speaking of Warlow, I would like to see Samoa Joe take that. I just like seeing Samoa Joe with belts, because that's what his character deserves and what his character demands. That's what it's about. Yes, bro. Samoa Joe is probably one of the greatest wrestlers in fucking history. He's that size and that dominant. And not only that, he's a technical wrestler all in one. Like, it's hard to get somebody of his magnitude in general. Just in general. Like, you don't see that in many wrestlers today.
I'm going to put it to you like this.
Besides Kevin Owens.
Kevin
Owens is a good...
Kevin Owens is the Canadian Samoan Joe.
Yes.
And then you got to look at, like, for example, how Keith Lee got done.
Oh, bro, I just fucking watched Chris Jericho's podcast with him, and he was talking about how Vince McMahon was talking about, bro, I need you to be the big cat. Like, Vince McMahon pulled Keith Lee in the middle of a Raw show, told him, come over here real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. I need you to be the big cat. And Keith Lee's like, well, you're the millionaire. I mean, you're the one that signs the checks and shit. So I'm gonna do what you want me to do. Blah blah. And the character didn't lead him nowhere, and it just wasn't him. Keith Lee was talking about how that just wasn't him, and how he was making him uncomfortable and shit. So like, he just had to get him out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, I was sick as fuck hearing that because I'm like, Vince, you really, what was you thinking about?
Bro, one thing about Vince,
why was you pushing Big Cat so
if
tough?
It's only in his
this
mind.
Nigga right here. I had to go and get the last Keith Lee action figure that they had, bro, before the Big Cats came out. I was sick as fuck.
There's gotta be something wrong with Vince, bro, because he thinks to himself, is this funny? Fuck it. I'm gonna make that shit go on the TV. No, bro, that's why you have the writers. That's why you have this focuses group. That's why you have these things to test this shit before you bring it to us. Now,
wait, let me add on to something real quick because this is also something that hurt me. Vince McMahon told Keith Lee, basically, I need you to be blacker, bro. You're too smart for your own good. This is Keith Lee's words. Vince told him that you are too smart for your own good. That's how you sound. Like, you sound
too intelligent.
Too intelligent,
bro. You don't scare me.
Exactly. I need you to be basically black. Bro, remember when Donald Glover was talking about how Hollywood be telling you sometimes you're just not black enough to do certain things? Like, what? And that's basically what Vince told Keith Lee. Like, bro, you're just not black enough for me. Okay, that's why we brought out the Big Cat. All right? Because maybe the Big Cat is going, give you some of that
oomph.
That seasoning.
That is
right? And it's like, no, bro, you're fucking with a good product. Keith Lee, I love the bask in his glory. I love that he's black and sounds intelligent and not just some ghetto nigga out there talking any type of way or just threatening people. Like, no, like Keith Lee goes out there and you can just see him raining confidence. And especially all the way down to the way he talks. Like, how he talks is what makes Keith Lee Keith Lee. Like, so the fact that Vince thought it was okay to take that away from him, I'm like, bro, like, that's crazy.
It's that white slave owner mentality, bro. He like, nigga, I signed that check. Drop an accent on him. Tell him you're a Bearcat and act like we've been doing this shit from day one. And that's what fucked Keith Lee up. That's my point why I was doubling down and saying Samoa Joe's such a dominant wrestler, bro. Because Samoa Joe has never gotten dealt like that. Even his one-time one-on-one fade with Brock Lesnar at, I won't say the name of this pay-per-view because they were on some weird shit with naming it that, but of Fire was a good pay-per-view. And honestly, Samoa Joe, he put on a good match with Brock. He didn't get dominated. I knew he was going to lose because it's too good to be true. And
I knew he was gonna lose too, bro. But he should have fucking won, bro. He should have won.
He could legitimately choke out Brock.
Yes,
and believable person to beat Brock that actually is a full-time wrestler. Because if you guys did that shit with Drew McIntyre 3 years later, you could have did that shit with fucking him then, and it would have been believable. And then you guys waited till Samoa Joe because he already came to you guys at an age point, but you guys waited till his body started giving out on him because he had damn near, I want to say 2 full years, no injuries on the roster, bro. And then all of a sudden, when they started to give him real pushes, injury after injury and injury, and they start, we'll give you U.S. titles. I don't like that either. I keep saying that. WWE give you that U.S. title as a real consolation prize. Like, you're not amounting to what we think you need to be.
So we go
hold down this mid-card shit real quick. Let's just, and then they're like, oh, shit, you're good at that. We don't have nobody that's good at that. Keep that. We'll keep trying for this other shit. Right. And leave you there. And that's something that they're famous for doing. Look at Kofi. Kofi was getting a push. Randy said some shit because his timing was off. Kofi had been mid-card held down. It wasn't for Kofi making niggas begging for him and niggas literally saying, hey, forfeit so you can just go. He ain't getting that shit.
No cap, bro. Up next, we got the main event, which was a triple threat trios championship match featuring the House of Black versus the Elite versus Chris Jericho's Appreciation Society. For the first time in a long time, I can actually say the main event for Dynamite was fire. Bro, it's really been so long since they've had an actual main event. Usually the best match is at the beginning, which I fucking hate. But anyway, the House of Black pretty much proved why they're the greatest tag team group we've seen so far. Each member of this group brings something to the table, which I love. The most important, they all with the bullshit, man. They don't fuck around. On top of that, they're so captivating from the ring entrance all the way down to the ring moves, even the characters in general. Each one of them got their own little thing about them that make them unique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite part of this match was pretty much the end of the match, how they finished it with the Dante Inferno on Daniel Garcia. Malachi Black hits him with the black mask, and then Buddy Murphy throws him into the pile driver. That move is so fucking cold. I ain't gonna cap, bro. This team is low key OD. I don't see nobody stopping them. I really don't.
No one can stop them. It's like they all bring, like you said, something different to the table. So, like, in certain aspects, Buddy is speed and power, and Alistair is just speed and finesse.
Yeah, and his intelligence.
Yeah,
And then Brody is just straight dominant.
He can just run through everything. So if that shit doesn't hit you, he's gonna hit you because he takes up hella room in the ring. Like he's like a more flexible Braun Strowman, but he's more intense and scarier in a sense because one, it doesn't look like he cares too much about himself. He's not trying to work out too much.
And he's got hella tats.
He's just like he's trying to fuck you up, and he worships something that's not up there.
Right.
And he's just like, everybody that's around here is a victim. Everyone has to feel what I worship.
Right.
And he's scary because I could feel like people be like, okay, why can't he be on his own? I'm like, no, because he's learning from these. He's learning from Buddy and fucking Alistair.
Right.
He doesn't say and Malachi, I should say. Both of them are experienced outside of big promotions, and he can just learn and be the big heavy for now until it's time for them to go separate ways. Then he can start chartering on his own for championships. And Buddy Murphy's also somebody I like to see take the international championship from Orange Cassidy. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. He deserves it, bro. He deserves the AEW championship.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, bro, he's way better than MJF, but he can't talk a good game. He can't talk a good game.
Not at all.
I don't know why they put him in that weird ass storyline. That's another storyline we should have spoke about him
and Rey Mysterio's daughter.
Yeah, that shit was so weird. Like, why would WWE
I don't know
put him
why
in a storyline with Rey Mysterio's daughter? That doesn't make any sense.
Ray signed off on that. Why Ray signed off on that?
Letting this 36-year-old man kiss on your daughter.
Tongue her down.
He's 32, I mean, but still, like,
tongue her down.
Yeah, and she just turned 18.
She was like 20, 19.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that shit is crazy. Hell no, I would have had to whoop his ass. I don't care if that shit was for the
with
cameras.
That mouth to this day.
Yeah. Nah.
Hola.
This week's Dynamite, bro, was actually fire. It's been a minute since I've enjoyed a good Dynamite. They need to consistently stick with this format, especially when it comes to Rampage, because sometimes that show is just hard to watch. The best match of the night was the main event, finally, and that's how it's always supposed to be. What'd you think about the main event, bro, and the overall show?
I think the main event is pretty dope. Each team showed their strengths and weaknesses to some degree. And right now, I'm seeing no weaknesses in the House of Black because they are the ones that set up this match. They challenged both of their challengers at the same time because they're acting like it mattered, and it didn't matter. Clearly, it didn't. So now I can't wait to see the next trio's opponents. I'm also wondering if maybe the Lucha Bros might end up teaming back with, Pac. Maybe he wants to, because I said it's hard with him trying to be in and out the country. He lives in the UK. Yeah. It's hard with all the laws of COVID and whatnot. It's weird to travel back and forth. So, but maybe Top Flight, because they also team with AR Fox, but I know they're going to get demolished. I want another credible tag team.
What if Hangman teams up with Jon Moxley and Cesaro?
That would never happen, but that would be a lethal ass tag team.
Hell yeah. But I'm saying that's the only way somebody's going to beat the House of Black.
Well, Hangman can team up with the Bucks.
No. It's done. They're killed. They're buried. It's a wrap, bro. Nobody is stopping them. Two of them should be world champions, arguably. And one of them is just a force that you just can't do nothing with. That's why I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to make a super team like they do in the NBA. You're gonna have to bring LeBron, Giannis, and KD all on the same team because
They ain't going down without a physique.
that's all I'm trying to say.
Overall, this Dynamite was a 4.5 out of 5, but I really liked how this main event captivated into a backstage brawl between the Blackpool Combat Club and Hangman Page and Evil Uno. But it led off to, what did we see? The Elite backing up Hangman and the Blackpool Combat Club backing off. So we don't know what's coming next. We got to look to the next Dynamite to see the follow up on that. And I fuck with that. I like the cohesion of a story ending flat on a show, leading me to think what's gonna happen next week. And that's how Raw, a great Raw or SmackDown, used to always end, bro. And they did something that I like that's been coming of time, always been a thing. I think AEW is heading in a positive direction, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Also, the Blackpool Comedy Club could challenge the House of Black. You know what I'm saying? But how would that be though? Who you gonna put over? That would make them so legible though, because I could see them still beating John Mox. You know that shit.
They're gonna beat the fuck out of them.
Like, bro, you could bleed all you want. I like seeing that. I'm gonna use that later for this blood sacrifice.
I was watching this video like not too long ago, and it was about how these niggas be blading and shit, and I was literally watching John Moxley stab himself in the head with a blade, and I'm just like, bro, you are crazy. I'm like, yeah, see, like, Hangman, stop, cause this thing is different, bro. You can wrestle and all that, but John is a lowlife. He don't give a fuck, bro. He don't give a fuck. And I say that with all respect, but it's fact. Like, I'm like, bro, no, this nigga John is different, bro. He's different. Grand Slam champ. I'm just tired of seeing them wrestle. I want to see them do something else now, separately, away from each other. Now they just brought tag teams into it.
What did I tell you, bro? Or what I said a couple episodes ago? I said this is a new age rivalry for AEW. One of them that they're gonna talk about in the beginnings of the formation of the company. I'm telling you, bro. I see the shit from afar.
It's just too OD. They need to give it a break and then
bro. That's why I gotta go crazy, because when they stop, they're gonna stop. They're gonna go their separate ways. But we don't. But we just gotta see how that shit play out. But you see that shit getting intense, bro.
Yeah, it is turning up.
He's knocking niggas out with ring bells. So Wheeler stole off on him. I know John set him up. John said, "Go steal off on that nigga. You think he can steal? Fucking with us." I'm gonna beat up his masked friends. They drunk as fuck. How dare he come disrespect me? He was disrespecting these past couple weeks. Nigga, I got you. He lined him up.
Hell yeah. I'm not gonna cap, bro. It is getting crazy, but I am ready to see something else. I'm like, y'all niggas gotta. Why y'all so stuck on each other? Just wrestle with each other already and go win some tag team belts, because we know that's the end of the story.
Real American respect.
Right. We done bled together, beat the fuck out of each other.
Former champs, former world champs.
Yeah, all of that. Just like Sheamus and Drew.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
That'd be hilarious. Hangman's over there gonna, but I don't know if that could coincide, because Hangman's being alcoholic low key and John's sober now. That's why he likes it. That's probably why he likes to bleed so much. My alcohol's not fit. My blood's not thin.
I got enough to supply.
Before I didn't have a reason not to drink. Now I can bleed. He said WWE was shut, bro. But we really got
probably get high off of bleeding.
No, he gets some type of euphoric. Like, I feel like, bro, because when he was cutting that promo on them stairs, and this nigga was like, he was,
bro. Niggas sometimes blood makes niggas react differently. Like when I see blood on myself, I'm like, okay, I gotta chill. Let me go up in there. Let me patch my shit up real quick.
That means stop.
Yeah, let me patch my shit up real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna spin that block again. But other niggas, sometimes they see blood and they turn into a bitch. Straight up just, oh my god! Or niggas turn into demons like John Moxley.
nigga, I will beat your fucking ass. I run this company. This is my shit. I'm just letting you hold it, bitch. Like
he was acting crazy on them steps.
I ain't
He
gonna
said,
cap.
Hangman! Oh my. Nigga was dripping pools of blood leading up to them staircase. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, sometimes it's a euphoric high for niggas.
You know how I knew he's crazy though? You know, most people wait to the trainer's room, process of getting stapled up so you can see the stitches and shit like that. Niggas,
Nah.
let it run.
Give me while I'm leaking.
Let it run. Let it run. Let them feel my vibe. Let them feel this is on national television.
Right.
Everybody needs to know. I can take a good bleeding.
Right. And that's going to wrap up our AEW Dynamite review. We appreciate everybody out there for tuning in once again and rocking with us always. Again, it's your boy, the Franchise Kid, man. Franchise Jerry. And I got my dog.
I think I need a Fiji water.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys also like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share shit with the world, y'all.
And turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. Also, make sure you guys drop a comment and let us know your thoughts on this week's AEW Dynamite. Peace.